The following is a live special presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Hello everybody, my name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the show for the second day of November 2022. Today we have a doubleheader between the Houston Astros and Philadelphia Phillies. Games 4 and 5 of our World Series pre-play. And surprisingly enough, we have actually dictated what's happened in this series. The Phillies in real life lead 2-1. The Phillies in this World Series pre-play lead 2-1. And so, again, you're just kind of guessing at lineups here and such. It is Noah Syndergaard who Action PC didn't think they'd ever use. He was inactive. But he gets a start for Game 4 because the Phillies had to use Suarez in the bullpen in real life, so he did not get a start, I think. I didn't really watch Game 3. And Lance McCullers Jr. gets a start for the Astros in Game 4. It's simple. The Phillies kind of have the upper hand because I get to manage their bullpen, and Eflin can actually pitch as a closer today. Phillies, I didn't think were going to be all that weak, and you saw it last night in real life. I mean, they pounded the Astros and Bryce Harper's power and all that, although he's only hitting 100 for us so far, but you never know. And so, as it's a doubleheader day here in Retro Sports Network, so games 4 and 5, the Phillies could technically wrap it up today if they sweep. They do lead 2-1. If you're ready, I'm ready. As Retro Sports Network presents, come on, what the heck? Arg. There we go. How you doing? I can't read your name. Mike 1962? That is blue. Anyway, Retro Sports Network presents World Series Pre-Play 2022 from Citizens Bank Ballpark in Philadelphia. It is Game 4 between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Houston Astros. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. And so it will be Thor, who had not pitched in the postseason at this point, 5-2, with the Phillies with a 4.12 ERA. He is 29 years old, fastball at 92 and a ground ball plus pitcher. Made 9 starts on the real season, 54 2/3 innings, 63 hits, 5 homers, 9 walks and 31 strikeouts. He could pitch into the 6th. Fastball at 92 and a ground ball plus pitcher. And he is 29 years old. The lineup he'll face in Game 4. Jose Altuve leads off at second base. Jeremy Pena, who just won the Gold Glove as a rookie at short, will bat second. Yordan Alvarez is in left. He'll go third. Alec Bregman cleans up at third. Kyle Tucker in right will bat fifth. Yuli Gurriel at first will bat sixth. Trey Mancini is their DH. He'll go seventh. Chas McCormick in center goes eighth. And Martin Maldonado is behind the plate batting ninth. Lance McCullers Jr., and I'm old enough to remember when Lance McCullers Sr. was a rookie, should go about 95 pitches for the Astros. Defensively for the Phils, Kyle Schwarber a 5 and a 6 in left. Marsh is a 6 and a 3 in center. Nick Castellanos is a 5 and a 6 in right. Alec Bohm is a 6 at third. Brandon Stott a 7 at short. Maybe he's the one that won the Gold Glove, but a rookie nonetheless. Gene Segura a 6 at second. Reese Hoskins is a 6 at first. J.T. Realmuto was an 8 and a 9 behind the plate. He won a Gold Glove, I know that. And Syndergaard a 5 on the mound with a 909 fielding percentage. Altuve steps in 2 for 12 in our World Series. A single, a double, and 2 RBI. It is a beautiful night, by the way, in Philadelphia. No rain in sight, 62 degrees, clear skies, and hardly a breath of wind. And Syndergaard starts this one with a chopper to second. Segura in the hole, throws to first, 1 out. Brings up Pena at 333, 5 for 15 with an RBI. Syndergaard winds and deals. Strike 3. So a 1-2 fastball swung on and missed, and 2 quick out for Syndergaard. Here's Alvarez, 5 for 11 on the series. A double and a run scored. He's hitting .455, and he is right now the cog in the Astros offense. Tucker's having a pretty good series as well for us. Pitch to Alvarez, and he walks. So a 2-out walk from Syndergaard. And now bring up Bregman. Alec, 3 for 13 on the series, hitting .231 for us with 3 RBI. Alvarez not a threat to steal. Bregman waves the bat back and forth. 2 out, runner on. Bregman, it laces this one to left, and Schwarber will pick it up. So first and second for the Astros, and 2 out for Kyle Tucker, who had a solo home run. At one point, 4 for 11 on the series, hitting .364, and now 1 RBI. He's got runners on first and second, 2 out here in the top of the first. So a chance to put Houston on top early. Syndergaard from the stretch. Runners go. Tucker strikes out. He swung on and missed as Thor dropped the hammer, and that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the first here in Philadelphia. No score. So Lance McCullers Jr., 4-2 for the Astros in a 2.27 ERA. He only had 8 starts. 28 years old, a fastball pitcher at 94 and a ground ball plus pitcher. 47 2/3, 37 hits. 22 walks, however, and 50 strikeouts. 4-2, as we said, with an earned run average of .227. Saturday nights after the Golden Girls on NBC. Schwarber leads off for Philadelphia in left. Rhys Hoskins at first will bat second. JT Realmuto behind the plate goes third. Bryce Harper, the DH, cleans up. Castellanos in right will go fifth. Bohm will bat sixth at third. Brandon Stott, the rookie, at short will go seventh. Gene Segura at second, batting eighth, and Brandon, not Jordan Marsh, in center will go ninth. And if Philadelphia was looking to get 6 innings out of Syndergaard, they're not going to get it now unless he bears down. He threw a whopping 23 pitches in his half of the first. Yordan Alvarez, as we set the Astro defense, a 4 and a 7 in left. Chas McCormick, a 6 and a 4 in center. Kyle Tucker, a 7 and a 6 in right. Bregman, a 7 at third. Jeremy Pena, a 7 at short. Jose Altuve is a 6 at second. Yuli Gurriel, an 8 at first. Marty Maldonado, a 10 and a 7 behind the plate. And McCullers, a very good fielder. He's a 7 with a 1,000 fielding percentage. 1-2 on the channel today. Schwarber is 0 for 9 on the series. A walk and 3 strikeouts. And remember, he got hurt to lead off Game 1 in Houston, which is why he doesn't have the at-bats. McCullers starts his ninth, popped up. Maldonado doffs the mask. It's a rainmaker into foul territory, 1 out. A great play. Kind of got lost it in the lights, but he still remained on the dish on the left side. Here's Hoskins. Rhys is 2 for 12. He's had a much better game in Philadelphia than he did the 2 in Houston. A single, a double, an RBI, but he has struck out 7 times. Pitch to Hoskins. There's a chopper to third. Bregman across the way for the out. The long throw. And it's a big ballpark. So 2 out for Realmuto. JT 4 for 12 in our series. 333, a double, and a solo homer. And 1 RBI. And he can go boom. He only had 22 go booms and 504 at-bats. So 2 out. McCullers winds and fires, and he got him. So McCullers, an easy first inning. He gets the side on 10 pitches, thereabouts. After 1, no runs, no hits, no errors. It's the Astros nothing, the Phillies nothing in Game 4 of our World Series pre-play. So Gurriel, Mancini, and McCormick. Gurriel 1 for 12, but he's only struck out once. And in this day and age, that's pretty good. As we said, Syndergaard worked hard in the first, and the Phillies really aren't in a position where they can get 12 outs out of the pen. If they need to, I mean, obviously that's what they'll do, but they need Syndergaard to have a fast inning here. We start the second with a chopper to first, Hoskins. 1 out. 1 pitch, 1 out for Mancini. Trey 2 for 9 in our series with a double and a run scored, hitting .222. Syndergaard's pitch. Line drive left field. That's going to drop for extra bases. Schwarber cuts it off. Mancini digging for 2. The throw to second is not in time. And for Trey, that's his second double of the series. So again, the Astros, remember, in their Game 3 loss, left a ton of runners on base. And remember, in the first, they left on 2. So the 2022 Astros need to, if you're rooting for them, need to stop acting like the 85 Red Sox. Here's Chas McCormick. Chas having a series, 4 for 10. Don't drool on the computer, Ron. He's hitting .400 with a run scored. All 4 of those hits are singles. Syndergaard delivers, and McCormick punches this one into left center. Going to drop in front of Schwarber. Mancini has my speed on third, and he will hold right there. So the Phillies have set up, potentially for themselves, a double play to get out of the inning because Mancini has no speed, and that was not hit hard enough to be a double. So here's Maldonado. Martin is 2 for 7 with an RBI in this series for us with a .286 batting average. Hopefully, I'm thinking that's... See, I don't wear my glasses for these streams. I think it's Mikey 1962. If you're still here, say hi. So runners on the corners, 1 out. And the Phillies hoping to turn 2 with 1 out here in the second. Syndergaard's pitch. They're not going to get one here. Back goes Schwarber. Maldonado sends this one into the seats in left center for a 3-run homer. And just like that, Houston takes advantage of Syndergaard, and it's 3-0 Stros. So if you're looking for power, you're not expecting it from the catcher. But here it is again, by goodness. And there wasn't a blessed thing that Schwarber could do about it. All he could do is just ran out of real estate and turned to watch to go. So the Astros strike first here in Game 4. And if Matt remembers to watch, maybe that's a good omen for Houston. So 3-0 here in the second. And that'll bring up Altuve, who's 0 for 1. So Syndergaard, inning in a third, 31 pitches for his opening 9. 4 hits and that 3-run shot from Maldonado is right now all the scoring in the game. He digs in, throws to Altuve, and Jose laces that one in the hole for a base hit. So the Astros have 5 hits and 4 outs. Here's Pena. He struck out, one of the 2 that Syndergaard allowed or delivered on. So runner on first. Syndergaard from the set. And Pena draws the walk. It's going to be a short outing for Thor if he can't get anybody out. Here's Alvarez. Ooh, look at that batting average. Jordan walked his first time up. And as they sing in Houston, delicious, delightful, have another biteful, hot dog, it's Jordan. He flies this one to right. Castellanos going back, way back to the track, and makes the catch for the second out. So Altuve tags and goes to third. So first and third again, 2 out for Bregman, who singled his first time up. So for Syndergaard, it has been a struggle. Pitch to Bregman. There's a base hit in the left field. Altuve will score. Schwarber throws it back in. And it's first and second, 2 out, and it's 4-0. And I guess I better tell my Syndergaard story. So, I used to work for Bleacher Report. Kyle Tucker, by the way, struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. And the Mets used to have a knuckleball pitcher by the name of R.A. Dickey. And I was working, was it B.R.? I think so. Anyway, when Dickey made the move from the Blue Jays to the Mets, one of the players that he was traded for, maybe the Mets was Noah Syndergaard, who was just a prospect then. $29. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. Anyway, yeah, I think it was Syndergaard. So Syndergaard moved over to the Mets. I think R.A. went to the whatever way that went. And writing the article, you figure out how old he is. So you got the Baseball Reference page open, and you know what? Noah Syndergaard, who is 30 years old, was born on the day I got my first apartment. That made me feel old. Anyway, here's Tucker. Kyle is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Syndergaard delivers with 2 out. Popped up Real Muto. So Rainmaker, I'm not sure he's going to have enough room. He goes back to the screen, and that is out of play. So the count is 0-2. The Tucker, 4-0 Stros. All 4 coming here on the top of the second. In the right center. Marsh moves over and is going to get away from him, I think. No, he makes the catch. He corralled it. On the track to retire the side, but a big inning for the Astros. They get 4 runs on 5 hits and no errors, including the big 3-run homer by Martin Maldonado. Bottom of the second, 4-0 Houston. So here's Harper, one of last night's real heroes. In the series, he hasn't been much. A 1 for 10. A single and a stolen base. And now the Phils are sitting on the wrong end of a 4-0 lead. And McCullers, by the way, threw 11 pitches in his half of the first. Harper draws a leadoff walk for Castellanos, who is 2 for 10. He is singled twice. So McCullers does not have great control. The Phillies have a lot of outs to work with as they trail by 4. Pitch to Nick. There's a line drive to left. Alvarez is there. Makes the catch for the out. So 1 out for Alec Bohm, who's 2 for 11. Has singled twice and struck out. Phillies are still in the driver's seat here, despite the bad start to Game 4. The throw to first. Harper, who has a stolen base, is back. Now to Bohm. Ground ball to first. Might be 2. Gurriel has it. Throws to Pena for 1. Jeremy turns and will throw late. and Bohm beat it out. So it's 3-6 on the fielder's choice. 2 out for Bryson Stott, who is 2 for 11, a single, a double, and an RBI. So McCullers in very good shape with 2 out here in the second, which is not what we can say for Noah Syndergaard. Pitch to Stott. In the left center, McCormick rides the Schwinn, and Chas is there. So the fact Chas makes a diving stop on the grass and snow cones it. How about that? No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the top of the third here in Philadelphia. It's the Astros 4, the Phillies nothing. Throwback World Series afternoon baseball. First to 2. Yep, you get 2 for the price of 1 today. Here's Gurriel. Yuli is 0 for 1, John. Marty Maldonado, a 3-run homer in the second. John left me a very nice note about playing Action PC football. And John forgets. Yeah, it is. It's Thor. They didn't go with Suarez last night, did they? They went with Syndergaard, right? I didn't watch. It'll be Wheeler and Verlander in Game 5. That one's easy. Pitch to Gurriel. There's a line drive, extra bases. Schwarber will go. Feel a bad play by Schwarber, and Gurriel is there. Suarez pitched 5 shutout innings. Well, he pitched in my Game 3. Right, okay, because of the rainout. So he pitched in my Game 3. And so Suarez, if this series should go 7, would pitch Game 7. Nola with the full rest going tonight. Remember, we didn't do the rainout, and no one does 3 days of rest. Yeah, remember, no rainouts here. Everything's going on schedule. We still, however, I do want it noted, John, that the Phillies have matched in the real World Series what they've done here. They're up 2-1. Mancini doubled and scored his first time up. Syndergaard and Real Muto have a word or 3. And the word is drop the hammer. Mancini hits a base hit in the left center, and that's going to do it for Syndergaard. That's in the alley in the 385 side. Schwarber picks it up. Gurriel makes it 5-0. Mancini, hey, the tray hit the tray. So yeah, so we did get it. We do try to get these right. That'll do it for Syndergaard. How you doing? And Mr. Bucky Whip has subscribed with Prime, and for 8 months. Yeah, I'm on Game 4. We're playing 4 and 5 today. Oh, goodness gracious, Buffy St. Marie. Not a lot of good options here. So we're going to go, who do we go with? Oh. I was going to go with Bailey Falter. Afternoon from Louisville. How you doing, Andrew? Playing some Stone Cold. It's not rigged. John. We'll go with Bailey Falter, who I thought about using. Bailey, 6-4, 3.86 ERA, 84 innings, 85 hits, 16 homers, 17 walks, 74 strikeouts. He's just 24. Fastball pitcher, 88, and a fly ball pitcher. And since Syndergaard couldn't make it out of the third, Falter will get all of his 80 pitches as long as he's effective. McCormick, single and scored. All right, well, you got a doubleheader today, so sorry you can't stay. But Houston up 5-0 here in the third. A 3-run homer in the second from Maldonado. Mancini, the tray, hit his tray double. McCormick 1 for 1, and that's a base hit. So Schwarber will pick it up. Mancini will hold. Again, Trey has my speed, and Bailey Falter is greeted with a 9th Astro hit. So here's Maldonado. He did hit 15 homers and 344 at-bats. Runners on the corners. Martin with another base hit. Schwarber picks it up. So Houston's bats finally come alive, and it's 6-0. So here's Altuve. Jose 1 for 2. He is singled and scored. First and second, and there's still nobody out. So if a Houston win guarantees this series goes back to Houston. Pitch to Altuve. Jose swings. There's a line drive into right field. That's going to go over Hoskins' head. Castellanos picks it up. McCormick will round third and hold. The Phillies forgot that they were leading the series, I think, and now they're loaded for Pena, who was 0 for 1 with a walk. So, to get back to the point I was making for Midlife Crisis John, I play all of my Action PC football games as both of the offenses. Thanks for the suggestion, but I do that. That was very sweet, though. I do appreciate it. So they're loaded with nobody out. Houston would like to spread some of these runs out for the rest of the series, you would think. Falter. Got him. A 1-2 fastball got him looking, and there's finally one out for Jordan Alvarez, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. So the Phillies are hoping that Falter does not do what his name suggests. Pitch to Jordan. That's going to get home at least one. Ground ball right side through the hole. McCormick will score. Maldonado has my speed, and another poor play. The Phillies, boy, if they come out tonight looking like this, woof. So it's 7-0 Houston here in the third. Alex Bregman is 2 for 2. He has singled twice and driven in a run. Bases loaded, 2 out. Bregman into center field. Marsh moving over. Brandon should tuck this one away. He does, and that's... I thought that was the inning. Maldonado tags and scores. I guess there's 2 out run. So it's now 8-0. I thought there were 2 out. So here's Tucker. Kyle is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. He sends this one to center. Marsh hoping. That ball is well struck. Marsh turns, and that is off. Oh, no, a tremendous catch. Up against the base of the wall. He just ran it down and saved a couple runs at least. But the Astros, 4 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. Goodness gracious, Buffy St. Marie. Bottom 3, 8-0 Houston. Always good on a doubleheader day to have the first game be a blowout so you guys go back to work. So Segura, Marsh, and Schwarber to face McCullers. Gene is 2 for 9 on the series with a solo homer. He has scored twice and walked twice. McCullers deals, and Segura a high ground ball to first. Gurriel, 1 out. So it'll be Marsh, 2 for 8. He had the big home run in game 1. He sends this one to left center. McCormick will pick it up on a couple of hops, but plays it pretty shallow, and Marsh is held with a single. Got him right where you want him. For the last time that a team came from 5 down in a World Series was game 1 in real life. I'm not sure what the biggest comeback would be in a single game, but 8 would have to be right there. Here's Schwarber. He's 0 for 1. McCullers has just given up the 1 hit, 31 pitches for 9 batters, 2 1/3, a walk and a strikeout. Pitch to Kyle. Line drive right center field. McCormick will pick that one up. And it's first and second for Philadelphia. Marsh is not going to run for third. I said no. I feel like I'm talking to my cat. And one of my producers in my ear says the Cubs and the Philadelphia A's, 7 runs in 1929. I believe you. So first and second, 1 out for Rhys Hoskins, who's 0 for 1. A's scored 10 in the 7th inning. They weren't white elephants on that given day, were they? Pitch to Hoskins. Rhys strikes out. McCullers got him to chase a 1-2 fastball. So 2 out for Real Muto, who struck out his first time up. Falter, by the way, coming in relief of Syndergaard through 29 pitches. McCullers delivers. Real Muto, little ground ball to short. Pena's got to come in almost on the grass over to first. And that is an out. What a throw by Pena, and that will retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. We go to the 4th here in Philadelphia, 8-0 Houston. It is often called the greatest inning of all time. 10 runs in an inning in a World Series? Yeah, I could see that. Those Philadelphia Athletic teams were loaded. Here's Gurriel. Yuli is 1 for 2. He has doubled and scored. 8-0 Stros here in the 4th. Gets away from Real Muto. The throw down to Hoskins, and Falter's hurt. Falter got the strikeout and then immediately called for the trainer. So who am I going with? Do I use Gibson? I'll let John look that over. You don't want to use Eflin. Gibson's numbers are god-awful. I'm going to take a drink, and you can tell me who you want in the ballgame. Those are the pitchers that are available. Or Brogdon. Well, Brogdon's got the S, so he's on short rest. You're down 8. I need to eat some innings here. In the 4th inning, I need someone that's going to get me 3 or 4. So Gibson is given all the time he needs to warm up. Kyle. Used to pitch for the Rangers. 34 years old. Gibson for long relief. Yeah, this is what. Yeah, Gibson for long relief. You're already on your 3rd pitcher of the ball game, in a game that you're probably not going to win. And so you don't want to burn the good stuff up. You got a game in game 5 is in about 40 minutes. Gibson is 34, fastball at 89. He made 31 starts on the real season, 167 and 2/3 innings, 176 hits, 24 home runs. He walked 48, struck out 144, 10 and 8. His record with an earned run average of over 5. And so while his real ERA is the area code for New Mexico, it's amazing the stuff that I know. He is pretty much told, just give me 70 pitches. Just get me through the 6, and then we can kind of go from there. Mancini has had himself a ball game. He is 2 for 2, 2 doubles, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. Down ball to 3rd, Bohm over to Hoskins for the out. So 2 out here in the 4th for Chas McCormick, who has singled twice and scored twice. So, yep, Welcome back to 1986 in the era of the long reliever. McCormick sends this one into left, past Stott. Schwarber picks it up. The Phillies defense has done themselves no favors in this game. They don't have an error, but they have been late to making some crucial plays. Maldonado homered in the second. He is singled as well. He's 2 for 2. Pitch to Marty. Struck him out, so Gibson gets the job done. No runs, 1 hit, 13 pitches, and no errors. Bottom of the 4th here in Philadelphia in Game 4. 8-0 Houston. So here's Harper, Castellanos, and Bohm. Harper walked his first time up. McCullers got him. He swung on and missed a hard fastball. So Lance doing his job. Here's Castellanos. He's 0 for 1. Our friend Turbocharged told me that the hold on for no lead to safe thing in Action PC football has disappeared for a bit. But I would have to say that it's of the... I like the game, but there are 3 games, or 2 games I like better. Pitch to Castellanos. There's a little looper in the left. Alvarez will pick it up off a hop. And the Phillies have their second hit of the ballgame. Or the third hit, rather. Here's Bohm. He's 0 for 1. So Nick on first. McCullers on 50 pitches with 1 out in the 4th. Bohm in the left. Crowd likes it. Back goes Alvarez. Jordan will make the catch. Two out for Stott, who's 0 for 1. I think Philly fans should be ecstatic how my World Series has turned out so far. And if you like that, then you're going to love where the Phillies sit up 2-1 going into tonight's Game 4. Pitch to Stott. There's a base hit into right field. Tucker will pick it up. Castellanos will round second. And will he run on Tucker's arm? Yes, he will, and the throw goes in the infield. So 2 out runners on the corners for Gene Segura, who's 0 for 1. McCullers from the stretch. Base hit left center field. Castellanos will score. McCormick picks it up, and Stott is not going to run himself out of the inning, despite the odds being in his favor. So first and second for Marsh, who already has a 3-run homer in this series. So the Phillies have got something to cheer about. 57 degrees now. Beautiful night here in the city of brotherly love. Wind's blowing left to right at 3. Pitch to Marsh. Runners go, and McCullers got him. He got him looking at strike 3. Here we go. We go to the 5th. Phillies break through on the scoreboard. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors. They've left on 5 overall. After 4, 8-1 Stros. So Altuve, Pena, and Alvarez to face Gibson here in the 5th. Kyle, again, just trying to get him in the 7th inning. Altuve 2 for 3. He is now 3 for 4 as the spark plug for the Astros punches a Texas leaguer into right center. Brings up Pena. Jeremy is 0 for 2. He has walked and struck out twice. Kyle from the stretch. Gets away from Real Muto, and Altuve moves up to second. So the Philadelphia Phillies seem to be having a Morton Salt game. Because when it rains, it pours. 3-1 to Pena. Gibson from the stretch. Base hit right side. Castellanos has it. Altuve looks to round third and will hold. And so the Astros have runners on the corners, nobody out for Yordan Alvarez. Yordan 1 for 2. He is singled, walked, and drove in his first run of the series. Gibson's pitch. High drive, right field. Castellanos going back to the track. It is off the wall. Altuve scores. Pena sends it into hyperdrive. Castellanos is going to try to throw him out. Segura, here comes the throw. It's going to be close, and Pena is safe. So Real Muto put on a tag a touch too late, and it's 10-1 Houston. And so we're guaranteed to have a Game 6, you would think. There's still nobody out. Alvarez with the double. The Astros have pounded out 16 hits through 4+ innings. Here's Bregman. He's 2 for 2. He has singled twice and driven in 2. Kyle Tucker is the only Astro not to have a base hit. Pitch to Bregman. That is up the middle, and the Phillies would like to know who would like to pitch in Game 4. So if you want to have an inning, I think you're going to get it. Here's Tucker. He is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. First and third, nobody out. Gibson. There's a base hit. Alvarez will score. And it's now 11-1. So Gibson has given up 6 hits in 2/3 of an inning. I'll take any advice I can get, John, on this one. So first and second, nobody out. They were hoping that Gibson could give him 3. He hasn't even given him 1 yet. Gurriel, that might be 2. Bohm to Segura for 1. Gene pivots and will not throw to first. Well, he will, but it'll be late. So they get the fielder's choice, 5-4. 1 out for Trey Mancini. Mancini is 2 for 3 with 2 doubles. And Gibson finally has an inning registered. Pitch to Trey. Left center field, Marsh will make the catch. Bregman to tag, and I'm assuming that Bregman is going to score without the throw. He does. And it's 12-1. Well, now, if the A's scoring 10 in the 7th against the Cubs in 1929 was the greatest inning, imagine now the Philly comeback. Brogdon next, the next time that Gibson gives up another run. Remember, Brogdon really shouldn't pitch. He's on short rest. The game will penalize you for that. Think about that. McCormick is 3 for 3. He has singled 3 times and scored twice. Gurriel on first to threat to run, but if you're running with an 11-run lead, then your AI is messed up. Pitch to Gibbs from Gibson to McCormick. There's another base hit up the middle. So the Kyle Gibson experiment worked about as well as some of the leftovers I have in my fridge. When they start talking back to you, you start again. Gurriel goes to third. Can't be worse than Gibson. And for McCormick, that's the 4th hit. They're going to give him Maldonado. Marty 2 for 3. Martin, a 3-run homer in the second, sent the Astros into orbit in this one. 19 hits for Houston here in Game 5, and there's only 2 out in the 5th. Ground ball to short. Stott. Segura for the out. And so Gibson will at least start the 6th. They need someone to play the role of Pac-Man because they haven't found it yet. 4 more runs for the Astros. 6 hits and no errors. Halfway home, Game 1 of 2 on a Wednesday afternoon. The Astros 12, the Phillies 1. trying to figure out how a soda I bought an hour ago can be flat. Anyway, if you joined us late, and if you're a Philly fan, look away. Houston has exploded. They got 4 in the second. 3 on a Martin Maldonado home run off of Noah Syndergaard. Bregman singled home Altuve to make it 4-0. In the third, they got 4 again. Mancini a double to score Gurriel. Maldonado singled home Mancini for his 4th RBI. 6-0. Jordan Alvarez singled to make it 7-0. And then Alex Bregman a sac fly to make it 8-0. But Phillies fans who still have high hopes, they lose Bailey Falter to an injury, and then Gene Segura with an RBI single to make it 8-1. In the 5th, however, Houston put up their 3rd 4 spot of the day. Alvarez a 2-run double, Tucker an RBI single, and then a sac fly from Mancini to make it 12-1. Syndergaard lasted all of 2 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, all earned the home run to Maldonado. Falter wasn't doing all that well before he got hurt. And then Gibson. I mean, we're in the Phyllis Diller ugly territory here. But it's one game, and there's going to still be no worse than tied at 2 games apiece when this one's over. Here's Schwarber. He is 1 for 2. McCullers, 67 pitches, 18 batters, 4 innings, 5 hits, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. Schwarber popped up left side, foul territory. Bregman moving over. Can't get there. Somebody from Chester made that catch. And the count is 2-2. Got him. That's 5 for McCullers. And Schwarber's swinging for Delaware Downs missed. So here's Hoskins. Reese 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Hoskins strikes out. So McCullers has a good morning and a good afternoon. The 0-2 curve was in there. If this game runs past 1, then tomorrow will be the doubleheader. Because now we know we're going to go 6. So if we do go past 1, so another 26 minutes, then we will just call it a stream. Pitch to Real Muto. Got him. So McCullers gets the side. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. We go to the 6th. It's 12-1 Stros. So Gibson, we're going to give him another run here. He's not even fatigued. He just is awful. 42 pitches, an inning and 2/3. Altuve and Gibson has given up 7 hits. Altuve 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Gibson starts the 6th with a line drive to Stott, 1 out. So here's Pena. Jeremy 1 for 3 with a run scored, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Gibson winds and deals, and Pena laces this one to left. Schwarber makes the catch, 2 out, and now you get the possible 1-2-3 inning? I don't know what John looks like, but if he has any hair left to pull out, it's getting yanked right now. Here's Alvarez. Jordan 2 for 3, a single, a double, and 3 RBI. Chopper to first, and it will be a 1-2-3 inning as Hoskins takes it to the bag for the 3rd out. Yeah, that's what you were looking for 2 innings ago. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 12-1 Stros. So here's Harper. Bryce is 0 for 1, a walk and a strikeout. McCullers, they were hoping for 6, and I think he's going to give it to him. Pitch to Harper. Bryce into right field. Tucker moves over. 1 out. Here's Castellanos. Nick 1 for 2. Game 5 starters the same for me as they are going to be as they were in Game 1, Wheeler and Verlander. That's a good sign for the Phils. Remember, Nola went Game 1, and he will now go, what, Game 6, John? Or Game 5? Go Game 6, I think. Excuse me. So here's Castellanos, who's 1 for 2 with a single. And a run scored. The lone run for the Phils. Left field, Alvarez. 2 out. And Will Smith is going to come in to pitch. So the Astros get jiggy with it. Will has pitched once in this pre-play series in a third of an inning, 2 hits and a strikeout. He is 32 years old, a fastball pitcher at 92, and a ground ball plus pitcher. Only pitched 24 times for Houston. 22 innings, 23 hits. Gave up 2 dingers. He walked 4 and struck out 24. And he pitched, I want to say Game 1. He did. Gave up 2 hits and a run. That was unearned. So here's Alec Bohm. Alec is 0 for 2. Smith winds and deals, and Bohm strikes out. So no runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the 7th, 12-1 Houston. So Bregman, over here, Ron. Bregman, Tucker, and Gurriel. Alex is 3 for 3 with 2 RBI, 3 singles. Gibson starts the 7th. Got him. So that's 5 in a row for Kyle. Bregman swung from his heels. 1 out. And ever since John dissed his pitcher, Gibson has been perfect. Kyle Tucker is 1 for 4. Just saying, John. Kyle has a single and an RBI and a strikeout. Gibson winds and deals, and there's a base hit into right. That's the 20th Astro hit. And now we will, as you can see from that, that has to be close to a record. So Gibson gives you the 3 innings. I'll give John a second. He's wanted Brogdon all the way. You want Brogdon or Nelson? Nelson pitched in Game 1. Brogdon pitched yesterday in Game 3, so he would be ready for Game 5. Eflin obviously is not going to pitch today. How the hell Garrett Stubbs and Nick Maton made the playoff rosters beyond me. Can't use Brad Hand. He's pitched in all 3 World Series games. I wouldn't want to waste Alvarado. What's your thought on Sanchez? I think he's going to want Brogdon, and so that's where the mouse cursor is. Be Gurriel. It's all righty, righty, righty. So Gurriel, Mancini, and McCormick. We'll give it a second. I think we lost John. He's wanted Brogdon all along, so. So the last message from John was, can't be worse than Gibson. Challenge accepted. Brogdon has pitched twice in this series. He's thrown 2 innings. He's faced 10 batters, allowed 4 hits, 3 doubles, and a strikeout. He is a standard pitcher. Fastball tops out at 91. And he is 26. So he pitched Game 1. He threw 25 pitches and went 1 inning, and then pitched last night in Game 3 and allowed a hit and a strikeout. So the computer doesn't want to use him in back-to-back games, but beggars can't be choosers, and Brogdon will pitch in his 3rd game in the series. 1 out, top of the 7th. Gurriel is 1 for 4 with a double and a run scored. Pitch to Yuli is a ground ball to Stott. This might be 2. Brandon goes to Segura for 1. Gene throws to first, and it's stretch time. How about that? It's still 12-1 Houston. Well, considering the score and so few people are actually watching this one live, and I can't say as I blame you, 12-1. The double. Oh, we come back. Oh, about to say we're just going to do one, but I did bring in your pitcher Brogdon, and he faced one batter and induced a double play. So here's Stott. Bryson is 1 for 2. So I was about to say that this is going to be a one game. We'll do the doubleheader tomorrow. Oh no, I got 5 errors again. But we'll still do that. We're going to run well past an hour for this one, because the Phillies have to bat. So you never know. Will Smith getting jiggy with it. He struck out Bohm to end the 6th. Stott 1 for 2 with a single. Fly ball, right field. Tucker makes the catch. So tomorrow, games 5 and 6. 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific. We're taping Digital Dice on Friday, by the way. Here's Segura, 1 for 2. Gene has singled and drove in the lone run in the 4th. That scored Castellanos. Smith's pitch. Got him. So 2 out for Marsh, who was 1 for 2, and he will stay in the game with that .277 batting average. Got him. So again, everyone's swinging for Dover, and they're just not going to make contact after 7, 12-1 Stros. So Brogdon got Gurriel to ground into a double play. Mancini 2 for 3, 2 doubles, 2 RBI, and 2 runs scored. There's a ground ball to third. Bohm, long throw. And Hoskins keeps his foot on the bag for the out. So McCormick is having himself a day. He's now 8 for 14 on the series. 4 for 4 today with 2 runs scored, all singles. So Brogdon has faced 2 batters and retired 3 people. Only in baseball. Got him. He swings and misses on a fastball, 2 out for Marty Maldonado. Marty, 2 for 4. His home run in the 2nd really sent the Astros in this. The Astros have all their runs in bunches of 4. 4 in the 2nd, 4 in the 3rd, 4 in the 5th. Pitch to Martin. There's a line drive, base hit, center field. I don't know what the record is for most hits in a World Series game, but we gotta be close. I think the 60 Yankees had some games where they pounded 23, 24 hits. So that'll do it for Brogdon. I'm going to bring in Nick Nelson. Nick took the loss in game 2. He only got 1 out. Gave up 3 hits, 2 walks, and a strikeout. The former Yankee, 26 years old. Fastball at 94 and a ground ball plus pitcher. So he's the one that took the loss in game 2. Maldonado on first. 21 hits for the Astros. Altuve has 3. He's 3 for 5. Single 3 times and scored twice. Altuve to Nelson, throws to first, headed in that direction, and Altuve is retired. So that'll do it for the Astros in the 8th. No runs, a hit, and no errors. They've left on 10, but when you score 12, does it matter? It's 12-1. So Schwarber, Hoskins, and Real Muto to face Smith. Schwarber 1 for 3 with a strikeout. Chops this one to Altuve, who has to come in almost on the grass. He throws to Gurriel for the out. So it'll be Hoskins, who is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Lance McCullers Jr.'s, unless something absolutely bizarre happens in the next 5 outs, is going to get the win, and this series will be even at 2. Got him! And Hector Neris is coming in. Crowd didn't like it. Neris hasn't pitched in this World Series, and Neris is an old friend of the Phils. For the Stros, 70 games, 65 and a third innings, 49 hits, 29 runs, 27 earned, 3 homers. He's walked 17, struck out 79. Hector is 32, a fastball at 93, and a ground ball plus pitcher. Real Muto and Harper. Ooh, now you got a chance. Midlife Crisis warms up his hands. 11 runs on 4 outs, huh? Okay, Jim Carrey. Real Muto is 0 for 3. He has struck out twice. Neris winds and starts his effort with a fly ball to left. Alvarez retires the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 9th, 12-1 Stros. So Pena, Alvarez, and Bregman to face Nelson and Will C here in the 9th. Kyle Tucker is the only Astro not to score. Jeremy 1 for 4 with an RBI with a run scored and a single. Nelson starts the 9th. Ground ball to Segura. Gene behind the bag. 1 out. So again, tomorrow will be the doubleheader day, now that we know that we're going 6. Here's Alvarez. Jordan 2 for 4. A single, a double, and he's driven in 3. Nelson's pitch. Base hit right field. Castellanos will pick it up. So Houston now has 22 hits. Here's Bregman. Alex is 3 for 4. 2 RBI, 3 singles, a run scored, and a strikeout. Bregman hits a base hit into left field. I don't know what Houston was hitting before this game started. Actually, I can show you that. Coming into this one, they were hitting 278. Here's Tucker. Kyle 2 for 5. 2 singles, an RBI, and a strikeout. First and second, 1 out. And that one is into right field, so I got to get another pitcher out there. Castellanos throws it in. The Astros have loaded the bases. Rob Thompson goes and gets the ball from Mr. Nelson. And we're going to go with David Robertson at this point. Robertson got the save in game 1. Went inning, allowed a hit, and struck out 2. On the real season, before he got hurt, 22 games, 23 in the third innings, 16 hits, 2 homers. He walked 16 and struck out 30. David, a wily veteran at 36. He specializes on the curve, a ground ball pitcher, And when he throws the fastball, it tops out at 90. So bases loaded. Gurriel 1 for 5, but that one hit was an RBI double. And the Astros are 1 hit away from Christmas. It's 12-24-0 for Houston. Got him. He swung on and missed the 1-2 fastball. 2 out for Mancini. So the Phillies in the bottom of the 9th will need 11 to tie and 12 to win. We're talking Seattle-Cleveland here, I think. Mancini is 2 for 4. He has doubled twice, driven in 2, and scored twice. And David Hensley is going to pinch hit for Houston. Why not? Hensley is 1 for 2 in this series with a single. Bases loaded. Hensley draws the bases loaded walk. And now it's 13-1. Here's Chas McCormick having a day that you'd read about in Baseball Digest. 4 for 5 in a World Series game. 2 runs scored and a strikeout. They are still loaded. And I'm sure Phillies fans are loaded with some Yingling at this point. Real Muto goes out to talk. Robertson says, let's just go home. McCormick into left field. Schwarber going way back there to the warning track, and the Astros will leave him loaded. Do you really care when you've scored 13 that you've left on 13? Astros get another insurance run on 3 hits and no errors. Bottom of the 9th here, 13-1 Houston. So Harper, Castellanos, and Bohm to face Neris for starters. Hector probably won't finish the inning. Harper 0 for 2, a walk and a strikeout. Neris starts the 9th with a line drive to center that's going to bounce in front of McCormick for a base hit. So Harper is 1 for 3, and that's only the 6th hit. And so if you're just joining us in the hit column, it's the Texans 24, the Eagles 6. Here's Castellanos. Nick 1 for 3 with a long score. Neris from the stretch. Got him. A 1-2 fastball got him swinging. So 1 out for Bohm. Alec 0 for 3. Rob Thompson looks down to his bench and sings, "Who can hit a righty?" Dalton Guthrie. Dalton is ageless. He has no age listed. He must be a rookie. 7 for 21 on the real season, a homer and 5 RBI. I've never seen an ageless player before. So Harper on first. Arlo's kid Dalton at the plate. Neris delivers. And Guthrie swings and misses or looks at a 1-2 fastball. And now we're down to last chance saloon time here. Bryson Stott, who was 1 for 3. No doubleheader. We're already well over an hour for the first game. And we know now the series is going 6. So Stott 1 for 3. Neris, we got him in Toronto in a trade. He made his debut with the Phillies this year. So Harper on first. Stott ends the ball game as he strikes out. He got him looking, and for the Phillies, Halloween was a couple days ago, but my goodness, this was me at the haunted house at 5. So Houston explodes for a 13-1 win. And the Astros are now hitting .346 on the series. This one took 3 hours and 45 minutes to play. Houston, 13 runs. I think they're clapping because it's over. Are they clapping because no, there was nothing good about this game. They're clapping because it's over. 13 runs, 24 hits, and they left on 13. It could have been worse. The Phils, 1 run, 6 hits, no errors, and they left on 6. So Lance McCullers goes 5 2/3, allows 5 hits, the 1 run, a walk, and 7 strikeouts. You get plus stuff. When you win by 19 gazillion runs, you don't get a save. But the Astros bullpen, by the way, in 10 outs, allowed 1 hit and struck out 7. The Phils, I don't think this would even be acceptable in Clearwater, to be honest. Syndergaard takes the loss. 2 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, all earned, a home run. He walked 2 and struck out 2. Falter was hurt. He gave up 4 hits in an inning and a third, 2 runs, both earned, struck out 2. Kyle Gibson had plus stuff. 3 innings of absolutely mediocre middle relief. 8 hits, 4 runs, all earned, and 2 strikeouts. Brogdon, I thought, was the Phillies' best pitcher. He induced a double play, faced 4 batters, got 4 outs. Nelson, the less we say about that, the better. And then David Robertson had to get used in the 9th because you couldn't use Hand, you didn't want to use Alvarado, and Eflin you're saving for tomorrow night. So, I know I promised a doubleheader, but an hour and 12 minutes of bad baseball, and no one really wants to watch a second game after that. So tomorrow will be the doubleheader, Game 5 in Philadelphia, and then I get the Stros in Game 6. Now you know just how bad he was this year with plus stuff. I think the key for the Phils is they need to get 5 or 6 out of their starter. But we are 6-2 and even after the first 4 games, and if you look at where Houston wants to be after the first 4 games of this Real World Series, they'll take it. They would take 2-2 because the Phillies are really up 2-1. So tomorrow we could put this into a pretty little bow and finish it off. And so we'll be with you, I promise, at 11:30 for Game 5 between the Astros and the Phillies. But today, it was NASA, Johnson Space Center type stuff. All Houston, all the time. The final score from Citizens Bank Ballpark, it was the Astros 13. 13, Apollo. And the Phillies 1. Till tomorrow, I'm Ron Juckett. We'll talk to you for the doubleheader then. Have a great day, everybody. So long.